We hear the story of two disciples leaving Jerusalem. They were sad and downcast, still wondering what had happened to Jesus, whom they had placed great expectation on. And when Jesus appeared, they could not recognize him. Why? They were preoccupied with their problem. Likewise, when we are caught up with our difficulties, worries, troubles, and needs, often we cannot recognize God's presence in our life. And also, we cannot pay attention to other people around us. Jesus just walked along with them. He took the initiative by asking them to share their experiences. What are you talking about? When people are in distress, they simply need to talk, to ventilate their feelings. These two men wondered how Jesus, who had been staying in Jerusalem the past few days, did not know what had happened. What things? Jesus pretended that he did not know and asked them. Sometimes it helps by pretending to be ignorant. We do not always have to know best or that we are right every time. Our seemingly ignorance will give space to others to reflect, to ponder, to adjust, and sometimes to voluntarily change. Jesus listened to them patiently, and after a while, when they felt more comfortable with him, Jesus challenged them. You foolish man, how slow to believe the full message of the scriptures. At times, it helps to be challenged when people are too fixated in their thinking. Sometimes I challenge people who doubt the efficacy of prayers. I ask them, when you pray, do you just ask and talk? Do you also keep still and listen to God? And that make them wonder. Other times, I challenge people who have conflicts with their family or friends. I ask, you keep saying that the other person is wrong. Have you thought about yourself? Perhaps you are wrong. Perhaps both of you are wrong. Or perhaps both of you are right in some way. They look puzzled, and I continue. The most important thing is not to challenge the other in such a way, but to understand the concerns, the needs, the feelings of the other person. Not so much who is right or wrong, but how can you better understand one another. Another time I challenged someone who says that she cannot forgive her sister for what she has done, spoken about her. I used the word of Jesus, I said, "You foolish woman," to remind her that the victim of unforgiveness is herself. But when she learns to let go, she will regain peace. And then she will be truly a smart person. You may face difficulties in your relationship with families and friends. At times because you are too preoccupied with telling them what to do, demanding that they follow your way, judging their actions and accusing them. But have you learned to put aside your preoccupation and learn to promote mutual understanding? And how do you listen? Do you listen to God? And do you listen to others? Do you often rush to react? Too quick in trying to give solutions to others? Do you listen with your hearts? After their encounter with Jesus, the two disciples set up instantly and returned to Jerusalem. They were keen to meet up with the other disciples and share their experiences. Today, it is also important for us to meet up with fellow Catholics, be involved in a small Christian community, be it a neighborhood Christian community, be it a ministry, be it a gathering of some friends. By sharing our faith story, we can deepen our relationship with God and with the church. And hearing the experiences and the testimonies of others can inspire us and encourage us to grow in faith and love. The two disciples eventually recognized Jesus at the breaking of the bread. Let us who participate frequently at the Eucharist also experience Jesus, His presence at the breaking of bread. And let us listen also attentively during the liturgy of the Word. It helps if before Mass we will go through the readings prior to coming, so that when we listen, we can be attentive, we can grasp the main words proclaimed, and when we listen to the homily, we can connect with what we have listened. So let us encourage one another and pray for one another, that we learn to walk with the Lord, to listen to Him, and also to learn to listen and understand and accept people around us, starting with our family members.